Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we need to take a look at this Squirtle promo. Because I'm doing this thing that I do very regularly. I check around what's going on in the Pokemon TCG. I look at sets, I look at cards, I look at decks, I look at everything, alright? I look at literally everything. And every so often, something happens and I'm like, hang on a second. That's a bit weird. That's a bit different. That's a little bit of a change. And that's gone and happened this week, ladies and gentlemen. Because remember that Squirtle promo that was being given away when you bought the Mew Ultra Premium collection from the Pokémon Center? Yeah, that's turning into a really expensive card and it's a little bit weird. And well, I mean, how awesome it is depends, in fact, on how much you were able to get this card or not. Because this Squirtle's getting a little bit silly. Now, a little bit of a history lesson for those of you that may have missed it. We'll get to the Bulbasaur and Charmander in a moment. They were released as well. But basically, they had a 151 promotion whereby you had to go to the Pokemon Center and you had to buy exactly the Mew Ultra Premium collection from the Pokemon Center in the US, Canada, and the UK. They are, of course, the only free territories to which the Pokemon Center Online will ship. And then if you bought exactly the Mew Ultra Premium collection from exactly the Pokemon Center Online in one of those free regions, they would send you the Squirtle. Oh, as a side note, it had to be a pre-order, although it did go back up in stock on the release of the set. The card at that point was sold out. It was gone. It had to be Mew Ultra Premium Collection, pre-order, the Pokemon Center. And the thing about the Mew Ultra Premium Collection is, it is awesome, but it is expensive. And honestly, any criticisms or complaints about the Mew Ultra Premium Collection probably just relates back to the price, because it has the special illustration rare Mew, which is a gorgeous card. It is one of the most valuable and expensive cards from the 151 set in Japan, and we just get it in the Ultra Premium collection. You get the Mewtwo as well, the illustration rare, which isn't on the same level as a Mew, but it's still pretty cool. You get the metal card, which, as I mentioned before, some people don't really know what to do with a metal card. It's not really for them, but I don't think it's bad. And then, of course, you got all the accessories, like the lovely playmat with a stitched edge so it lasts longer, and the deck box, and all your counters and your dice, and it's a really, really awesome product. But it cost $120. And that really is like the downside of this product, right? It cost $120, and that's kind of your answer, honestly. But then we had this promo as well, and these promos are awkward, right? Because there's always a little bit of guesswork going on. Because on the one hand, do I really want to spend $120 on this box? I'm not sure that I do. That's a very expensive box. And on the other hand, well, hang on a second, depending on how much this promo ends up costing, it might be significantly cheaper to just buy the box with the promo than to try and buy the promo later on, bearing in mind all the stuff I get if I buy the box as well. So what are we looking at in terms of price? Oh, it's getting dumb, ladies and gentlemen. Over in the UK, if we look for buy it now at the moment, people are asking somewhere in the region of about 55 quid. 55 quid for a promo that was free. Now, the box in the UK was £120. No, £120 and $120. It's not the same. I think that's probably a fair thing. If we have a look on XE.com at the currency conversion, £120 is actually just over $150. So we had to pay a little bit more. But, yeah. £55 is roughly what people are asking. Well, hang on a second, we'll see. Is anybody actually paying this? People can list on eBay for whatever they want. Is anybody actually paying this? Yes. Now, admittedly, there was one that went for a best offer accepted of 45, but we've got two sales on the same day for 52 and 55 with £2 postage, which average out to basically exactly 55. So, yes. This isn't like they're listing it at 55, but nobody's actually paying it, malarkey. No. These are like legit £55 cards. Bearing in mind, the box was 120. So if you take your 55 away from 120, then the box all of a sudden ends up costing 65 quid. Bearing in mind the Mew Ultra Premium collection got you 16 packs of the set, along with your Mew, your Mewtwo, your Gold Mew, your playmat, and all your other accessories. Now, if we're saying that the booster bundle is a good deal, and I think a lot of people are agreeing that the booster bundle is a big deal, and the booster bundle works out at like $4.50 a pack, well, we're paying 65 quid for 16 packs. That comes out at £4 a pack. Plus, you get all the accessories as well. So if you take away the cost or the value of the Squirtle promo, then it actually ends up that this is a cheaper place to get packs than the booster bundle and the accessories, including the Ultra Premium Collection Mew, the Special Illustration Rare Mew, literally becomes free. If you take the Squirtle off the £55 card, which as I've shown you it is, this turns into a ridiculous deal. But if you think that's a ridiculous deal in the UK, might I show you what's going on in the US? Because over in the US, it's getting a little bit sillier. Sealed one over in the US, there are a lot of listings and a lot of ones that are being bid. But your average for buy it now is hovering around about $95. Yeah. $95 is absurd. Absolutely absurd. And once again, we go, well, hang on a second. Surely, nobody is actually paying $95 for this card. That's obscene. No one's actually paying it. And the good news is, no, they're not, incidentally. From the US. Because if we have a quick look at the first two solds, it's 65 and 70, and you're like, okay, that's not quite as ridiculous. Yeah, they're from the UK. You know those UK sales I was just showing you? Yeah, this is them. If we have a look at the last solds in the US, well, we've got a 95 and we've got a 70 including postage. Yeah. Honestly, most of the recent sales that are cheaper, in fact, all the recent sales that are cheaper, are basically coming from the UK. Because in the US, this is like legitimately a $95 card. I've shown you it's listed for 95. I've shown you it's selling for 95. And a lot of people on eBay, what they're actually doing, and here is a little tip from your old pal Wassy if you have to go down this route, a lot of people on eBay in the US are actually buying from the UK because it's cheaper. You want a couple more? Here's 3 in a row that sold for 95, 80, and 95. I'm not showing you like one random sold that went for 95, all right? That sounded really aggressive. I was not meant to. I love you guys. But my point is, it is selling for 95. It is actually selling for $95. I've shown you a bunch. And if we take this as a $95 promo, this gets absurd. Because then, of course, your Mew Ultra Premium collection turns into a $25 box. And at a $25 box with 16 packs in, you're only actually paying $1.56 per pack. Plus then the accessories are free. That is, that's just silly, frankly. Absolutely silly. And this is kind of my point here. And it's too late, incidentally, at this point. The box has sold out. Well, the box hasn't sold out. The box at a pre-order with the promo has sold out. This promotion is gone. This promotion is done. You aren't getting this from the Pokemon Center anymore. So if you did get it, well, you're sitting on a promo card which is worth, I mean, certainly in the US, almost as much as a box itself. In the UK, it's just under half. It's not too bad. That really isn't too bad for a promo that was, well, I was going to say essentially free, but that's not true. Literally free. And I haven't made the thumbnail for this video or written the description or anything like that, but it's going to say something like, you should have bought this. And you should. We all should have bought this. Because it's gone to the point now where if you were on the fence about the Mew Ultra Premium collection, I mean, look, if you're watching this video, you like the Pokemon TCG, right? And if you don't like the Pokemon TCG and you're watching this video anyway, you're probably my favorite, honestly. But my point is, if you like Pokemon, you probably either bought the Mew Ultra Premium collection, or you said, that's a really cool product, I am not spending $120 on that. And my point is, actually, when you come around, turned out, because of the Squirtle promo, it was really, really worth it. If you're wondering about the others, remember Charmander was a GameStop promo, and it's actually really annoying. In the UK, the Charmander has become a very expensive promo. The last couple of souls went for 60 and 80, and the reason very simply is we don't have GameStop. So what that means is that actually the only way for us to get this is to import it. This Charmander was never released in the US, whereas if we have a look at US eBay, for instance, it's a $30 card. And bearing in mind dollars are worth less than pounds, so it actually becomes a significantly cheaper card. This one, I mean, it's worth a few bob, don't get me wrong, but this one is really a case of, it's a fairly standard promo over in the US. It's like a third of the Squirtle. It's just because it was never released outside of the US, it's become super duper expensive. As for the Bulbasaur, I mean, look, over in the US, very cheap card. I mean, you can literally buy or somebody did literally buy a playset for $40, which sounds very cheap, and it is very cheap, but you can buy these for just over 10. Over in the US, this Bulbasaur has become, honestly, a very cheap card. I mean, for promos, they're never going to be like $1, but yeah, these are selling all day long for, well, like $13 or whatever. It's really, really pretty cheap. But this was a Best Buy promo, and we don't have Best Buy over here in the UK. So what has gone and happened to the value in the UK? It's better. Still not great. £27 was the last one that was sold on eBay. So the Charmander, significantly harder to get and more expensive than the Bulbasaur, but both of them pale in comparison to the Squirtle. I really hope if you wanted this, you ordered the Ultra Premium collection when you had the chance. For now, I want to know if you did. I want to know if you got this promo. I want to know if you missed out. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely William Shaw, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and is a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.